41.
A little something for the weekend with Sam Hunt.
As we head on into another weekend, Sam Hunt standing on by. G'day there, Sam.
Good morning, Wammo. I'm pleased to hear my kokako sounding okay there.
Yeah, we've got a good throat, got a good voice this morning.
Do you feed it in the studio okay?
Yep, we feed it the odd berry and whatnot.
Yeah, it likes some silly hallucinogenic little things every now and again. you make sure you keep them singing.
Like to getting intoxicated on those fermenting berries.
That's right. I know. I read about those in the book somewhere.
Yeah.
I went to the optician yesterday, and I hadn't been for years, and I was getting blinder and blinder, and just taking a rough guess if there was any traffic coming along the highway, things, and squinting and things, and so yesterday, I was quite scared. I thought, well, I could be going blind, and although great lines of poetry come to mind, like Tom Waits's "The only way to find you is close my eyes and find you with this blind love." Yeah. That's great, but if you're actually going blind, it's not so good. Yeah. And so I went to the optician yesterday, and I have to get glasses. Yeah. I've been using those ones. I'm up to the strongest they sell in the 3.25. Yeah. So at that point, I thought, well, no, I've got to do something about this. So that's all went so good.
Now Sam, today marks 2 weeks since I got my glasses.
I thought you guys had 2 weeks since we got married. Is that right?
Yes, and I should have done it earlier. I'm so glad that I've done it now.
Oh, neat. Well, they showed me. Yes, when I was looking through the thing, he said at one stage, the optician said, this is what you see now. I said, yeah, I was looking through everything, but it was normal sight, Yeah. And he said, and it was a big blur, Yeah. And he said, this is what you will see.
And you're like,
anyway,
whoa, look what I would be missing.
My excitement sort of, apparently the people heard my reaction right through the, I said, holy, and...
the problem is, though, now, Sam, you'll be able to see the audience. That's not so
I wouldn't be wearing them on stage. No, you wouldn't do that. That'd be too scary. That'd be too scary. Yeah. No, actually, Alf asked me that. He said, we'd be wearing them, doing the shows and things.
But what you are going to notice is you're going to walk out that front door of yours, and you're going to be able to look across the Kaipara, wherever you're looking, and you're going to be able to see everything.
Well, the thing is that even without glasses, it was funny you should mention that, because just before you rang this morning for our weekly a little something for the weekend, I was having a little something for Friday and looking out on the inlet, and it's absolutely jumping with fish. It's mullet. I think it's mullet. And that's without my glasses. So what they'll be when I've got my glasses, I don't know what they'll be. Your life will change. Life will change. Yeah. I wanted to make mention over the week a really nice anthology. Now, first of all, say I've got a vested interest in the sense that I'm one of the 64 poets included in this anthology. Yep. But I'd like to say, were I not, I'd still be singing its praises, apart from saying miserable bastards left me out. Anyway, it's from Victoria University Press, who, okay, I know they're subsidised, they get as publishers, unlike the independent people who publish poetry like Steele Roberts and my own publishers, Craig Potton. But Victoria University Press and Auckland University Press, with their subsidies, but my God, they do publish a lot of poetry, a lot of single volumes. In fact, in this book, which is an anthology called the best of best New Zealand poems, which I'll explain. There are 64 poets, each represented by one poem, and I think I counted, I sound like a real academic here, 24 of those 65 were originally published by Victoria University Press, right? Which may sound like nepotism, publishing their own and to the exclusion of other people, but I don't actually think the case. I mean, there are some people who should be there who aren't there, but that's always going to be the case with anthologies. You're going to say, why the hell's such a poem not there? Yeah. I'll tell you where this book came from. Anyone who's looking for a good anthology, some of the great anthologies of New Zealand poetry over the years, some years ago, some people may remember 100 New Zealand poems. That was edited by Bill Manhire, published by Godward. That stands today as one of the liveliest anthologies, I think, of New Zealand poetry. And this one from Victoria University Press, edited by, again, Bill Manhire and Damien Wilkins, is called The Best of Best New Zealand Poems. And what's happened is that over the last, since 2001, they've been doing each year the best New Zealand poems of that year.
Okay.
And so it's been 10 years of that, just online. And it seems ironic, I thought to myself, to celebrate the 10 years of being online each year, they bring out a book. I thought it was going the other way around, you know, that they're putting things online. But it's a beautiful book. It's a bloody lovely book. And I'll tell you why I like it, Wammo, mainly because it's a book of poems. You know, it says the best of the best New Zealand poems. It doesn't say the best of the best New Zealand poetry or some crap like that.
So it's the solid of the solid gold.
The solid gold, yeah. No, they're very, very, very good. It's most impressed, you know, with them. Yeah. Hey, and next week I thought I may I'll do the best of the best of the best. I'll do a bit of a scan through next week and find my favourite poems in the book. Okay. But in the meantime, I would like to tell two poems by two old friends of our session, Michael Richards. Who you may remember, I did a session on him one day. Among his poems was The Gingerbread Man and Giraffe. He doesn't publish. He's never published a book. I'm strongly nudging him in that direction. And here's another one by Michael Richards, which I'd like to he just sent it to me. It's a new one. It's called One Night in Dodge City. I think this could be dedicated to Don Brash. One night in Dodge City. The gambler looked across the table. Under the low hanging lights, his face was lined and pure. This money isn't lost, he said. He nodded, pursed his lips. It's in spin, inside this room, outside, across the whole damn nation, like the tumbleweed rolling down the street. Does good where it touches. I certainly intend to use this wad for my own personal welfare, but it goes further than that. He nodded again. I want to buy you a drink, whiskey, here. He decanted a little from the bottle. If I hadn't met you, I couldn't have done that. So that's by Michael Richards, which I like very much. One Night in Dodge City. Typically oblique but good.
Yeah, very cool.
A big old rock and roller is Michael Richards, and played many great. His music. I always associate Mike with the 12-string Gibson, and he had various bands like Waste Band was one of his. And the other poet for today, again, she doesn't appear in this anthology. She should be there.
Yeah.
It's a gap, but then again, as I say, every anthology is my very dear friend and Sarah Broom. Sarah Broom, who seems to, does dance on that dangerous borderline between life and death, and her poems come out of there too, and I think she's a wonderful poet. And this is a very new one by Sarah Broom, which I'd like to, as part of a little something for the weekend. I think this is a pretty big one. Not a long poem, but big. It's called I'm Not Being Very Zen About It All. The branch, when it is leaned on, bends deep and cracks when it has to. The sodden earth lets itself be flooded time and time again and does not rise up in anger. The stones on the beach are ground down to sand with only a murmur. But the gashed hair writhes in the mouth of the dingo. The bird screams and flails under the claws of the cat. And the fish, eyes fast whitening, thrashes and gasps on the floor of the boat. We are flesh and blood after all, and we do not like to die. So that's a new one from Sarah Broom. So it's a couple of poems. So, and I say to anyone who's out looking for a good book of poems, go and check out the best of New Zealand poems, edited Bill Manhire, Damien Wilkins, published by Victoria University Press.
And next week we'll have the best of the best of the best.
The best, and after that, the following week, we're the worst of the worst of the worst. Hey, Wammo, you have a good weekend. You have a good weekend there?
Yeah.
What are your plans?
Plans are going to a farewell do. Someone's leaving for foreign shores. So
they're not dying.
No.
Oh no, I thought you meant I thought you meant the foreign shore.
Oh no, not the complete and ultimate foreign shore. No,
the one on the way.
yeah.
Good. Well, I hope it all goes well, and to end up on a little line from Dennis Glover, a poem called Superstition. It talks about not being scared about walking under ladders and things. I've said it before on our program, but I love it ends up. And he was an old man of the sea. It says, he does not worry about spilt salt, all that stuff. But he says, but always thinking of my dear, damned, dead friends who sailed on a Friday. So there we are.
Thanks, Sam.
Okay, well, good to talk to you.
Yeah, see ya.
See ya.
That was a little something for the weekend with Sam Hunt, only on Kiwi